Not a cord.
So you want to start by removing the two screws off the back of the dryer here so that you can pull forward and lift up the top in order to access the screws to remove the front panel. You'll see here in the next clip. So, okay, in order to remove the top here, you need to get your flat blade. You see this clip here, you need to push it in. Also, there's one here you can push it in, and that'll allow you to lift this top up in order to expose these screws here. These are the screws that you need to remove. You got a few up here on the top. You got these two down here on the bottom that's in the lint screen. And you'll also have one up here located on the top right up under the door switch. Now that you have the screws removed, you want to get your flat blade and push in on this clip here so that you can lift it above the lip. The next thing you want to do is remove the harness here out of the door switch so that you can fully pull this panel off of the dryer. The next step is to remove 5 screws. You got a Phillips head screw here. That's where the air duct is located. You want to pull that out so that you can pull the bearing off. Here's another screw. I'm going to show you here where all the screws are located. And as you can see, it has a little lip that's hooked into. Once you get the screws removed, make sure to unplug the harness that goes into the thermistor there. Now you can lift up and pull this whole front bearing off the front of this dryer. Here, this is where I can test for continuity on the heating element. It gives me room to expose the wires there, and also I noticed here on this one that the pulley the wheel was already off the idler pulley here, so we had to end up replacing it, as you can see here. But we're going to release the tension off that so that we can pull the drum out. Now that we got the drum out, you can see here the idler pulley is the pulley itself is missing. Also, this gives us the ability to check the thermostat and thermal fuses there, and this gives us a better way to get in here and to remove this heating element. This heating element is not a hard job. We just go ahead and replace the insert inside of it. As you can see here, I'm checking continuity, making sure everything was fine. The heating element was actually bad on this unit. So in order to expose the insert, you want to remove all the screws that is located around the housing. Also, you want to remove the screw here so you can actually pull the whole housing off. Gives you a little better access. Then you want to remove just one screw off the thermostat and off the thermal fuse. You want to get a needle nose pliers in order to bend that up so that when you pull the screws off, you can lift this up, as you can see here. Again, like I said, I just remove one screw and kind of bend these back just a little bit. Just makes it easier just to have to install one screw instead of having to put both of them in. And there you go. You have the insert. This is the Samsung insert. Normally they go bad right there, but on this one, I believe it was on the other side, as you can see here. There it is. That's normally where these elements will break at on these Samsung dryers. So now what you want to do is remove the terminals off the heating element, and what you're going to have here is a little tab that's located here on this terminal. And you want to be able to flatten that out, so bend it straight so that you can push it through the heating element insert. Sometimes this can be a little frustrating, but you can always get a needle nose or a pair of channel locks and give it a good squeeze and make sure you straighten it back out. As you'll see I'll do here, I'm using the needle nose. We're just gonna get that little tab and bend it straight so that we can push it through. Now you'll be able to push the terminal ends through the housing here. So got the new insert installed, and I did just the opposite. Put the terminals back in, bend the tabs there, put the screws back into the heater housing, put the screws back in the thermostat and the thermal fuse, put all the screws back into the element housing, buckled everything back up, and the dryer was good to go. Well, hey guys, I appreciate y'all being a part of my YouTube channel and watching my video today. Appreciate a thumbs up. That's what helps gets us more views. Be sure to check out the website. I'll have the link in the description below. Also, in the top of the page, you can find my Instagram. You can go follow my Instagram where I post up on the daily. Also, next to the Instagram button is a little tip button if you would like to leave me a tip. I want to give a shout out to Matt, Michael, Ron, and Jeremiah for being a part of the chat group. We're having a blast. We're having a great time in the chat group as this thing continues to grow. We continue to help each other, and that's what it's all about. Well, this is David with DC Appliance Repair, and I'll see you guys in the next video.